What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rough Life Gaming. All right, guys, now I wanted to make my fix MSF video or whatever you want to call it because every content creator out there right now has a video about why Marvel Strike Force is trash right now and how unhappy the community is. Now, guys, they're very unhappy all over Marvel Strike Force. There's people quitting left and right. There's people on spending strikes. There's people that are probably still just having fun, I'd have to say, but they just haven't played the game long enough to get upset yet. So, guys, in this video right here, I'm going to go through the 4 biggest problems and the overall problem that causes all 4 of these problems. I'm going to give a shout out to OMG on a video he made when Scopely purchased Foxnext over a year ago, right? I'm going to direct you to a video. I'm going to show a little bit of that. It's basically just some old comments from Reddit of players that were complaining from other Scopely games. And in the video, OMG actually says, like, oh, if Scopely does this, we won't see it for a year and it'll take that long. And basically, it's here, guys, okay? It's been about a year since the actual purchase of Foxnext by Scopely, and we're still facing some of the same problems we faced over a year ago. And for me personally, I just feel the game isn't in a very good place right now. It has become very, very pay to win. But let's start this thing off. The first big problem I have with Marvel Strike Force is the arena. Okay, now, in the arena, they've created so many problems. One big problem is giving us these cookie cutter teams, this Black Order team, right? And the fact is, in my opinion, that Black Order should only top the arena for about 3 to 6 months, and then we should have been sold the solution. But I think coronavirus kind of messed everything up last year. It just threw a big monkey wrench in everyone's plans, and it kind of changed things. So thus, we ended up with an entire year to build one of the best teams in the game, which actually the best synergy team in the game. And now they're trying to sell us these counters to them, but we're never going to be able to build them up like we built up the Black Order, because we've had a year to work on them. We've had, all them 600 and 300 gold and silver promotion credits from Dark Dimension 3. I mean, we've just had so much gear pumped into our Black Order, and they want to give us the skill military that can counter them. Or they want to give us the Shadowland team that can counter them. I'm sorry, but it's not going to work. They have to sell us the arena counter soon. Like, really soon. I predicted it within 3 months. There's a couple months, I think, left on that. But the big problems with the arena is there are some straight cheaters. Now, I myself was approached by people in the past asking me to join their little group they have, for which they take turns claiming the top spot. And in doing so, they lock everyone else out. So it is basically cheating. You just kind of soft lock your arena team, and you get to hold your position, and they take turns on whoever gets the highest payout. That's completely unfair. But the thing that just absolutely pisses me off the most is slingshotting. Now, guys, I'm going to go over to this other little clip I have here on my gallery. These are screenshots that I specifically sent to support. Okay, now, if you look at them, you can see 5:01 p.m. My arena payout is at 5 o'clock. I'm ranked 8th, but yet what did I get paid out for? Ranked 24th. How is that even possible? And I'm like, are you serious? I'm ranked 8th? And granted, I finished this battle right at 5 o'clock, like right as the timer was flipping. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'll still get paid out for 13th, but somehow I got paid out for 24th. And it is impossible for you to jump from number 24 to number 13. You can't do it. It won't let you. I think once you get into the higher part of your arena, you can only jump, so many slots. And there's actually a list out there somewhere of how many spots you can jump in arena. But so I'm like, okay, how is that possible? I sent a ticket in to Scopely support, and they told me basically to screw off. They said, arena's working as properly. We understand you didn't get the payout you wanted. I'm like, no, I should have, but I didn't. And the very next day, guys, I hadn't done not one arena battle, and I was at 19th. Or 17th, or I think it was 17th, actually. I was at 17th, and I was trying to get into the top 10. And at the last second, I had jumped, with 5 minutes to go, I jumped to 13, right? So I'm 13, and I'm fighting into the top 10 to try to get the top 10 payout. So from rank 13, and I was fighting, I think, rank 9 or 10, actually. I finished at 459. And it said going from rank 13th to rank 8th. Or 9th, or I think it was 9th. I'm not 100% sure, but that's not the point. The point is, I was from rank 13th into the top 10 at 459. But yet I got paid out for 24th again, 2 days in a row. And the fact is that I never once had sat on 24th at all throughout this day. Not one time was I ever ranked 24th. So how is that possible, guys? I don't get it. It's really aggravating. They want to spin it as a feature of the game, but I don't think it is. So what are they going to do to fix this arena problem? Guys, I don't know, but they really need to do something fast. One of the first things they need to do is give us a better arena counter for, I know Doom's out there and we got the Axemen. We actually got X Factor coming. I mean, I totally could see Doom, the Dad Bros, Bishop, Jubilee possibly being an amazing arena team if you have the time, gear, credits, and cash invested. That's all there is to it. Cash. It all comes down to cash. Do you have them at 6, 7 stars? But this is going to bring me to one of my the things that I think is the worst problem in the game. My number 2 is going to be red stars, guys. The red star system has been broken since it was implemented. It has gone through 2 fixes, still does not work properly. And the problem I have with it is we do not get enough red stars to matter, because basically even Scopely has said it now, you need at least 4 red stars on a tune or else they're trash. I mean, they said that with the Jubilee, when they were, and in this Doom raid, they're requiring like 6 red stars when we don't have the capabilities to get people to 6 red stars. They say these tunes have an increased drop rate. Let's go take a look at who has the increased drop rate right now. Okay, and it's the Shadowland character, White Tiger. Okay, now I myself have already opened 10 red stars and 1 Elite 4, no White Tiger, none. Okay, and look at how good of a chance you have at getting a 4 red stars. 9% of the time it's going to be a 4 red star from a regular orb. That's not enough, guys. All I ever get is 1s and 2s. The occasional duplicate 3, but basically all I ever get is duplicates. And I don't have like a jacked up roster. I have taken a few tunes up with promotional credits that I have saved, and like I'll buy the $2.99 for 50 of them, not the $2.99 for 10 of them, but when they do the calendar offer and you get 50, I would totally scoop that up. But the problem with red stars is, the ISO 8 system was implemented and it was tested by the community, and they did a good job with it. They delayed it twice. I mean, in the video I'm going to show you later, they talk about ISO 8 way back then, a year ago, so it was in the works for quite a while, but they didn't do that with like red stars or anything. They didn't let us test it. They kind of just forced it upon us. And then they're just like, it's all, basically your progression is stunted by RNG. And if you want to know what I mean, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you my Axemen team. And this is not for a lack of trying, guys. I have never even opened an Elite 6 in this game until I opened 1 for Bishop. Didn't get it. Opened 2 for Bishop. Didn't get it. So I'm not really sure what else I can do. Now, this team has cost me a ton of money. I bought the $50 Elite red star pack. I bought one $25 for like 6 red star pack. Not to mention the orbs I had saved. I think all in all for this Axemen team, I probably opened 5 or 6 Elite 5s, 2 Elite 6s, probably 10 Elite 4s, and probably 100 red star orbs. Was only able to get 3 red stars for Jubilee, Bishop, Iceman. I can go back further. The 5 red stars I got on Kitty, I pulled when Iceman supposedly had the increased drop chance. So that was just an actual lucky pull. Okay, good. But Dad Bros, 3 red stars. Like, basically, all the tunes that have came out lately, I've only been able to get 3 red stars on them. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, 3 red stars are basically useless. I mean, that's right on the brink. If they were a 2-star, they'd pretty much be unusable. At 3, you can try, but they're still missing something. Like look at this, guys. I have poured gear into my Axemen team. I've got everyone but at gear 13 but Kitty. She's at 12, but with Kitty, I've sunk 3 T4s into her, got her at ISO level 4. Okay, I got 2 maxed ISOs on this team. Jubilee's like 1 or 2 pieces away from maxed. I got like 14 T4s in this team. and they're still lacking something. Like on a Ronin boss node, yeah, they can auto it, but they're going to time out. They're just missing that extra damage from Bishop because he's only at 3 red stars. I did get him up to 5 yellow stars, so that's great. But no matter what I do, I can't take him any higher without being subject to luck of the draw. And that's where I have a problem with red stars, guys. How do I see this being fixed? For one, they're just going to have to get rid of 1s and 2s completely. The least you should be able to drop is a 3 red stars. They're going to have to give us a lot more access to silver and gold promotion credits. You should be allowed to take at least 1 toon to 6 red stars a month. That's not breaking the game in any way, but they're not making the extra $500-600 a month probably off the whales. I can't imagine the whales really buying that much every month. You know what I mean? That they couldn't give us a little more gold or silver promotion credits. So that's just them being a little greedy in my opinion. Now I do have a bunch stashed back, but I have to wait for these guys to come to the elite store. So that being said, you could sink upwards of $500, $600, $700 into a team, and you're still at the mercy of a random numbers generator. That's all I'm saying about that. That is unacceptable. The fact that you could take them to gear 14, you could dump all the T4s into them, and they're still missing a little something. That was just because you're not lucky enough to pull the 4 or 5s and 6s. And it's just a gambling system that I do not like myself. Okay, let's jump into the third problem with Marvel Strike Force. Now, I'm going to try to wrap this up. I've recorded this video like 3 times. I did it 2 days ago, but it was like a 30-minute video, and I don't want it to be that long. I do apologize. I could complain about Marvel Strike Force all day. But this is another problem we're having, guys, is the Blitz Shards. We need Blitz Shards right now. There is no reason that somebody who's played the game 120 days is competing against me and has played the game 540 days. And there's no reason that me at 540 days is competing against somebody who's played at 1,200 days. You know, there's no reason I should have to compete with Mobile Game Valley Flying Reminex to try to get top 100. I could set my timer for every 2 hours, and my TCP will only allow me to top out at like 4 to 6% or whatever it is. Let's take a look at it here. I have gotten 2 to 3 on 2 occasions. It wasn't for anybody good, but I have received 2 to 3 on 2 occasions. That's it, guys. But I can't make that top 1% or top 100. It's just, I don't expect to make top 100. But when I'm doing just as much as they are doing and I can't get there, that kind of sucks. It's very discouraging. So why not have everybody who's in the same arena, who are basically competing at the same TCP levels, you know, with growth and everything, you kind of all started the game around the same time. Why are you not in a Blitz Shard? I mean, in the game code, they have arena listed, or Blitz are listed as arena anyway. So it's just baffling to me. Why don't they transfer over? Why doesn't the arena shards transfer over to our Blitz Shards? So that way you got more people getting these higher ones and more people that are close enough that maybe they'll spend the $10 to buy the 2 orbs and 1 red star orb offer. Why? Because they're a little closer, because they're not competing against 12 million TCP rosters where they know the most they can get is 15 to 25. You're costing yourself money there, Scopely. Come on! All right. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that, guys. I love Blitz Sim. It was a great thing. But the fact that they gave us RTA that was just sucked up all the time we saved, we're still grinding out in a game mode that is meaningless, it feels like. You don't want to win. Your opponent doesn't want to win. Half the time, they don't even want to play. They just want to go eat a sandwich and let you sit there for 120-some seconds, and God forbid you quit, because then you're going to be punished for that now, too. So, brings me to my 4th problem. RTA sucks, guys. The 4th problem is the murder of PvP. Now, I happen to love the balanced draft mode. It was fun. I could see EA Sports value in it, like tournaments, competitive gaming. It was really fun. And then they took it out back and shot it in the head and gave it to us as real-time arena, which is just a dead game mode. It's like nobody wants to win. Yeah, you got some decent bands, you know, but still, the fact is, like, I have to do 600 protector abilities. And granted, yes, you got a week to do it, so you don't really have to throw that team out there. But It's just not as fun, you know. The level of fun is gone. There's no reason for me to have to even compete against another person who, if they don't want to win either. Why tie it to PvP if you're not going to make it about winning? That makes no sense, Scopely. No sense whatsoever. This is basically Blitz 2.0. So what can they do to fix some of these issues? I told what they could do to fix Arena. Give us the black order counter. I'm talking somebody who could punch up 200-300K, Scopely. Okay. Then Blitz, they need to give us shards, Blitz Shards. You know, same as Arena Shards. People that we have kept up with in the game since we started playing. Right? Red stars. Get rid of 1s and 2s. Give us more gold and silver promotion credits. But that's just not all. I know some people think ISO 8 could be the solution to the problem, and while it is great, that way you can actually have some sort of progression, but it stops right now too. And I know we're going to get level 2, but then it's going to stop as well too. And you're never going to be as strong as the guy who got the lucky 6 red pool. I mean, it just sucks. So let's forget about that. I know this is a game, a collector game. You're not supposed to be able to max everybody, but I'm just saying it has gotten so pay to win lately, it's ridiculous. In this real-time arena, all objectives are for this one specific game mode. Tell me, Scopely, please tell me, why can't I use 600 protector abilities throughout the whole game all week? You know, why doesn't my war battles count, my arena battles, my other Blitz sim count? Like, this needs to be tied to every aspect of the game. It shouldn't be this grindy and this tedious. You should be able to reach a base level of completion just through basic gameplay. And if you want the added rewards, you have to do the added time. Yes, I understand. That's cool. But not like this. Not just grinding out, trying to get abilities, not caring whether you win or lose. Most of the time, you're on auto. Bring back balance draft. I loved it. Okay? Now, what I'm going to show you right here, this is what I think the overall problem with the game is right now. And this is just the fact that you can go, that Scopely purchased the game. Now, hopefully this works properly here. I'm going to try to get it there. Let me pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now, in this video, this is a mobile gamer video from over a year ago when Scopely purchased Foxnext, and it says what will happen to my account sold to Scopely. With his permission, I'll put it in the description if he will allow that. But guys, go, if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It is from over a year ago, and he talks about a lot of the same issues that we still have in the game over a year later. Guys, it is ridiculous. But if you take a look at here, it says, I used to play Scopely's Walking Dead game. It was heavily pay to win, and one of the main reasons that drove me away. Really hope this won't be the case this time, but I highly doubt it. Scope the games seem to have a habit of letting you get near the end game, then put in a huge paywall if you want to be an in-game player at all. Okay, let me pause again. Okay, now in this Reddit post here, it says, bad news. Scopely are criminals and hucksters. In Star Trek Fleet Command, every new ship costs $1,000. And it's completely unfarmable. Not only is it not free to play friendly, it's pay to play. The whales will have to fork over $100 bills just to use characters they bought for thousands. I don't know, guys. Now, this is over a year ago. These are complaints when Scopely purchased Foxnext. People were worried a year ago that this would take place. Now, I think this has affected the game. I mean, the game has potential to still be great, but they need to take down their level of greediness. This is what the overall problem in the game is. They have given us bottleneck after bottleneck after bottleneck. And yes, there should be a few bottlenecks as you progress in the game. But when you introduce a new one, please get rid of an old one. They're still just forcing like every player to be so aggravated and mad that they don't want to spend money. When I'm having fun, I buy characters. I'm like, oh yeah, they're great. It's awesome. It's fun. But when you can't get the red stars on them, or you don't have enough gold to choose between this team or that team because they came out a week apart, or you really want to get into Dark Dimension 4, but you can't gear anybody past Gear Tier 12, which is basically useless now. Gear Tier 12, 3 red stars, basically useless. I'm sorry. If you have a Gear Tier 12 tune at 3 red stars, they're just not that good. Now, there are some fixes I see, some things that they could do. I've mentioned a couple of them here, but I just wanted to say, we thought that this might be a bad thing when Scopely purchased the game. Now, I have to say, over the past few months that Scopely has definitely had the reins, there has been probably 3 times the 100 shard unlocks. It seems every character coming out now, we have 2 and 3 $50 characters a patch when it used to be 1. Okay, after the initial offers were released, then they would have a $19.99 offer for 5 orbs. Now they have a offer that is $34.99 for 9 orbs. So basically they're trying to squeeze more money out of us because we're not buying enough of the initial offers, and they're just bleeding the whales dry. So, there's a lot of things out there. But, guys, if you haven't watched this video, go check it out. There was a lot of good comments he mentions in here, and he talks about the game. And I'm quite certain he is right in some of the aspects he says in the game, OMG. He talks about how, if one of the other games were purchased by Fox Next, the people would probably be saying the same things. Mobile games and gaming companies, they're designed to make money, guys. That's what they do. But there is a way that they can make money and we can have fun. And it's just not working in Marvel Strike Force as of right now. It is not working. So, guys, that's my salty video. I wanted to get one out there. Everybody else did it. I wanted to jump on the bandwagon. That's my 4 biggest problems with MSF. Some fixes I see possibly that could make the game a little better. Hopefully, this video helps, make some sense. But I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Will the game be fun again? Can Scopely save it? Or are they drastically losing the free-to-play players and the people who lightly spend by forcing the whales to buy everything, by jacking up the prices and making it to where the little guy can't even compete anymore at all? So let me know, guys. Until next time, stay safe.